All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Business Ethics Spring of 2024. The CRN for this course is 30809. My name is Brian Vickers. I'm going to be your instructor for the next 8 weeks. This video is going to go over the syllabus and then show you a little bit of the course layout. For those of you who have been in some of my courses before, especially recently, pretty similar structure across all the classes that I teach. But let's go over it. So first off, my name is Brian Vickers. You'll notice a lack of doctor in front of that name. Not a doctor, not yet. About a year and a half to go, hopefully. And until then, if you're contacting me, Mr. Vickers will be fine. Not Dr. Vickers, but I probably won't correct you if you do send it to me that way. Email is the best way to get a hold of me. This is my email address right here in the syllabus, or you can send a course email through the course page as well. There is a messages option in the course page on Blackboard. Please don't use that. I don't get a notification, and I happen to see them probably far too late to be of use. So please send an email to my email address if you need to get a hold of me. This phone number here is my office in Tahlequah, which I'm not at very often this semester. But if you do call and leave a voicemail, I will forward it to my email address. But again, it will be faster if you just send the email directly to me. I get the email on my phone. My office hours, where I have, the most availability are 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. each day on the weekdays. Appointment is preferred. I can make time outside of these office hours if need be. We just need a little bit of notice ahead of time to make that work, but usually able to find a time that works for both of us. All right, so, oh yes, and then if you do contact me, very important, I do teach a number of different classes, so please put the name of the course in the subject line or refer to the name of the course in in the body of your email. Please, otherwise it might take me a little longer to quite understand exactly what you're referring to if it's not explicit on there. So just put business ethics as the subject line anytime you email me. It'll help me to respond faster to you by knowing exactly what you're talking about right away, hopefully. But at least it'll help in that endeavor. All right, so what else on this contact? Yeah, so some of you guys are night owls, you work shift work, whatever. You can email me any time of the day. I just might be asleep. I'll check it when I wake up. Don't worry, I've got my phone on Do Not Disturb. I'd rather you send an email at 3 a.m. that I don't see until the morning versus you forgetting to send it because you think it's too late to send or whatever. No problem there. I used to do shift work myself when I was in the casino industry. So I get it. All right, what else do we got? Okay, so catalog description, course purpose. This is an ethics class. We're going to talk about moral and ethical issues within business settings. Help you make better ethical decisions is the idea here. We are going to go over several different ways of thinking about ethics. There's no one, all-encompassing viewpoint of what is and what is not ethical. There's a number of different, theories, doctrines about that, and we'll be discussing those in a little bit more depth in chapter 2, which is the second week of the class. We will be providing all of the learning materials you need. There's nothing to buy, no textbook for this class you need to purchase. There's going to be an ebook, which is free, and then any other articles will be either links to those articles on the websites, or I will provide you with a PDF copy of them, or both. Let's see, right here on the next page is the name of the book. It's Business Ethics. The company is called OpenStax. They are a free textbook publisher. While you don't need to purchase a copy, some people just like to have a paperback copy. You can feel free to purchase one. They sell them exclusively on Amazon. I believe it's $17.50 for a paperback copy, so maybe you'd want to get one. that's up to you. Or again, it's not required by any means. The digital ebook version of it is available. It even lets you download the PDF copy of it when you go to that link. So however you prefer to view it, as a PDF, as an interactive textbook, or as a paperback, it's completely your prerogative. Learning assessments, we will be doing discussion activities. There's some writing assignments, quizzes, and then there's a final exam at the end. So this is the distribution of points. Pretty simple. There are 7 weeks of this class leading up to the final exam week. Each of those 7 weeks, you're going to have a chapter quiz and a discussion activity. 100 points a week is what you can earn for those 7 weeks. And then a final exam, which is comprehensive, worth 300 points. You can see the total of those adds up to 1,000. So, basically every 10 points is 1% of your grade. Final exam is worth 30% of your grade. Discussion activities, 42%, quizzes, 28%. So 100 points a week, 10% of your grade every single week. Please be sure to get your work turned in by the end of that module number. Everything, I keep it pretty simple. Everything's due Sunday nights, with the exception of the final exam. That'll be open for Monday through Thursday during week 8. That way I can get your grades submitted on that Friday, especially for those of you who are planning to walk on Saturday. It's nice to know what your grade was, before that happened, if you're finishing up your last semester this semester. All assignments are going to be submitted via Blackboard. Don't accept any assignments through email. They have to be submitted through Blackboard. Let's talk about academic misconduct, cheating, plagiarism, etc. Don't cheat, don't plagiarize. In the video, in the discussion activities, I'm looking for original thought. I want to know what you think about a situation. I don't want to know what somebody else thinks about a situation. I want to know your interpretation of it. It's a discussion. Back and forth. You're going to be recording a video. I don't use a written discussion board post in this class. Again, for those of you who've had me before, you'll know that I use flip.com. You'll be recording a video discussion post up to 5 minutes. You'll be posting a link to that on Blackboard. And then your commentary, that's going to be in written form. But your original post, your original thoughts are going to be in video. I don't want you just reading something you read on a website somewhere. I just want to know what you have to say about whatever it is. There's no necessarily wrong answers. I want to know your interpretation of things. If you do, if I catch you plagiarizing, you read word for word something I recognize, and it turns out that wasn't original thought, that's a 0. I don't give any additional warnings for plagiarizing. So please, again, don't do it. 0% the first time it happens. If it happens more than once, it is an F for the course. So again, very serious, but I don't expect this to be a problem in an ethics class, right? So please don't be that person who fails their ethics class for cheating. All right, late work. So again, very clear on expectations for due dates. This is an 8-week class, which means it moves twice as fast as a 16-week class. You've got a discussion activity and a quiz each week. No surprises. Keep it very, very simple in that. I do not accept late work. The discussion activities are, they should be timely. They're going to open Monday morning at midnight, 12 a.m. They're going to close at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday night. Turning in a discussion activity several days later, that discussion's already happened. Nobody's going to probably go back to those to look at it and see what you wrote. It wouldn't be a fair expectation of others to do that. The discussions are to be timely and engaging, and adding commentary a week later doesn't really fulfill that. And then the quizzes, the reason I don't accept late work on the quizzes is because I want to have you be able to review the quizzes once the time period closes. So if Sunday night passes and you want to know why you missed 2 of the questions, once the quiz closes, you can go in there and review that to see what did I miss, why, and then maybe you want to question that. So I want you to have access to that. If I delay, if I let you turn it in late, the answer keys are out there at that point. So it just doesn't really work. Here's the class calendar on the last page of the syllabus. You can see there's 8 modules. You've got discussion 1, quiz 1, discussion 2, quiz 2. They all match up the module numbers. Final exam for module 8. All the due dates are on Sunday night. We do have spring break in what would be the second week. So for this period, you've got 2 weeks between module 1 and module 2 instead of 1 week between each of them. You can see there are 3 weeks where we're going to do 2 chapters at one time. If you finish one of the chapters early, maybe you finish this chapter 2, maybe get started on chapter 3 just to prepare for that. So it's not, maybe split it up a little bit where you do a chapter and a half this week, and then you only have, the last half of chapter 3 and chapter 4 to read the next one. Time management, that'll be important for this, but it's kind of split up by things that make sense to be covered together. Prioritizing stakeholders and then 3 special stakeholders, for example, what employers owe employees, what employees owe employers, right? So there's the everything there. And then we'll have a quiz over the last 2 chapters during week 7. And then prior to taking the comprehensive final exam, you'll want to read over the epilogue of the book, which is called Why Ethics Still Matter. That exam again closes on Thursday, May the 9th. All right. Let's take a look at the course overview. So I've got all of the modules right now closed off. I'll be opening those up shortly after we start the class. So this is what it looks like for me. You can see on the discussion post, I have them opening Monday morning. You can see Monday, March 11th, 12 a.m. is when this will open. Next one will open, the following Monday and so on. So they are kind of time gated in that. That's why if you're viewing this prior to Monday morning when the class officially starts, you're not going to see that. Let's take a look inside the module folder. So once it opens, you're going to see you'll see a link to, you'll see an overview at the top. It's going to tell you what needs to get completed, what the due date is. You'll have a link to the chapter of the book. So if I click on this, it's going to take me right to all of the different subparts of the book. If I want to look at the introduction, I can just click on that. It'll open up the textbook for me right to that section. I want to click on the, any of the subheadings of the book, subchapters, you can go right to it there. So you've got a link to the relevant chapters in the book, and then you'll have the discussion activity, a little preview of it right here, but very detailed instructions. The top part of it is telling you what you need to do. You'll have a case study. You'll record a video, you'll interact with others. The rest of it is just detailed instructions in case there's any questions, and any kind of other clarifications. Once you've read this once, this is all exactly the same for all of the discussion posts. So make sure you read it thoroughly once. Once you've figured out or you know how to record a video on Zoom, this is over and done with, and then the rest of it's right here. You've got a quiz. Again, this will open Monday morning. 20 questions, you've got 40 minutes to get it done. So an average of 2 questions a minute. It's either going to be multiple choice or true false. There's no fill in the blank on this quiz. There might be on some of the future chapters, but it'll tell you that if there is. What else you need to get done? By Friday, you're going to have a copy of the syllabus. You'll have a syllabus acknowledgement. You'll need to complete this by Friday. Because it is coming up in spring break, I've got to have all of the attendance reported by Friday afternoon as an online class without a dedicated class meeting time. This is how attendance is recorded week 1 through some sort of course interaction. So clicking the syllabus acknowledgement, there's a 1-question survey that says I've read and acknowledged the syllabus. Make sure you click that before Friday at noon at the very latest. The sooner the better, so that I'm not emailing you to remind you, and I can get your attendance reported. All right, I think that's about it for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in class. If you have any questions, again, reach out and feel free to ask anytime. Thanks. Bye.